Okay, good. I'm on. I was messing with the internet and somehow turned the internet off. So then I had to go through it all. But the chat didn't pin to the top. Unpin chat. Why isn't it pinning? Should I try it again? At any rate, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? We got Arlene, and then there's New Image Landscaping and Concrete. I actually met him in person today on the Vineyard Farmhouse, and that was pretty cool. And he has a little boy. Cool little boy. Let's see, we've got Felix Denmark and Prepping for Heaven, Heather Landskron, Linda Peterson, Evelyn Newman, Angie, Our Cabin in the Woods, The Rambling Peach, James Hall, Jennifer Ocean Homestead, Hiking with Jaggy Boy. Let me check and see if I did this thing. Why is this not pinning to the top? It says unpin. Message unpinned. Pin message. I'm going to have to redo this. Just a second, people. Get rid of that. Where's my live? Go to the Vineyard Farmhouse. There's the live. Vineyard Farmhouse. There's the live. Vineyard Farmhouse. There's the live. Okay, let's see if this works. Copy. Paste. Oh, it is mess. There it is. Okay. We got it at any rate. So if anybody wants to come into the chat or the panel, they can. The link is at the top of the chat. Who else has come in here? Let's see. We got Old Man King Homestead. And there's MT Homestead. Good evening. And Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Did I say hiking with Jay? There's Gillum Farms Johnny. Hey, hey, hey. You spelled the last one with an A. Hey. Huh. Husky Edna. There's Christine. Good evening. All right. Yes, I did have a crazy weekend. Somebody decided to take a joyride on the side of my barn. Or he could hit the broadside of the barn because he proved it. Reminds me of when I was 10 years old and hit the broadside of the barn with the tractor. If you've seen the video, or if you haven't seen the video, somebody had a medical issue in which they lost consciousness and flew off the road and airborne down the ramp. And I don't know how he missed all those trees in the yard because we got a lot of trees, but he missed every single one of them and slammed into the barn. And I wouldn't say he destroyed the kitchen, but I'm probably going to have to completely disassemble it, fix all the structure, and then reassemble it. So hopefully we can maintain the way it looks. But for those of you who don't know, if you go all the way to this back wall and around where it's dark back there, that's the kitchen that got hit. It's a mess. It's a big mess. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's like, it's Sunday, and Sunday is the day that I take off, and I use it to sleep in, relax, do my YouTube editing, whatever I have to do that I couldn't do during the week. So I decided to take a nap, and I woke up to somebody pounding on my door like crazy. And then I go outdoors, and there's all these emergency vehicles all up and down the road. And I still couldn't see anything wrong. My first response or thinking was that something was wrong with Mama or Papa. Scared the app out of me. And ran around the side of the barn with all these people asking me questions. I was like, wait a minute, what happened first? And in the most unexpected spot on this property of all, somebody slammed into the side of the barn. I could imagine them taking out the fruit stand. It's right out on the road or something else, but there, that really, I couldn't believe it. And then when I got to that spot, I'm like, where did it come from? Because it was sideways between trees. Did somebody just slam it in from the earth or from the sky into the building? And then I finally started seeing some evidence of the path, which was very minor because there was no skid marks because he didn't stop. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't push his foot on the accelerator. And the thing of it is, he went through a telephone pole. Anytime I've ever seen anybody go through a telephone pole like that, there was some serious problems. And he hit that. I'm sure his airbag went off there. And then by the time he got to the barn, I don't know how much of an airbag he had. But from what we know, he's not seriously injured. They won't tell you anything because I guess of a HIPAA, the HIPAA thing. But it is probably an accident report in which we have not gotten a hold of yet, but we have some information. So we're not really in a hurry to get it. But that's how my week's gone. And I finally got my gator back. It wasn't working. Can't work in the grapes without the gator. But so there you go. There's a skivvy on that story. So if you haven't seen that, it's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm sure you can watch it. It wouldn't take long to watch it. Let's see who else we got in here while I was. I bumped it. Am I there? Okay. There's Todd Lajeunesse. Linda Peterson. Did I say I had Linda Peterson? And Joe Jacobson. Let's see. And I didn't get to work on anything else, so I guess I did get to get a video out. I just unexpectedly had that content was not something I planned. She is here, she says. Pray for heaven, King Homestead. So, MT Homestead, Mike gets to retire, and Terry gets to have him all day long, every day. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That'll be interesting. You're gonna have to take up some hobbies and have places to go separately, so you have some time. There's Andale. Good evening, and thank you for coming in. Sure, you got your jammies on. There he is. You ready? Good evening.
Hey. And I spelled hey wrong on purpose. So
I figured.
'cause I've been in the hay a lot.
Oh, this is definitely a time. Isn't August even bigger? I mean,
Well, we do 2 cuttings a year, so we got the first one in the, put up. Now it's time to, grow the second one and get it. So, and there's Ann Dale. Hey, Lori.
when they talk about 2 seasons, what types of crops are double seasoned, or are there 2 separate? Like you grow certain things in one season and certain things in another season.
Well,
because we don't have that up here. We have 1 season. That's it.
Well, it's crops that you can have a cool weather. Like, all right, here's a good example. Wheat. All right.
Yeah.
Grow wheat. You plant it in the, fall. It grows short through the winter, but it puts roots down. And then you harvest it early, and then you can actually put out another crop, say corn, after you harvest the wheat, because the wheat is going to go to seed and die down. You can harvest the wheat, and then you can plant corn or soybeans, and you can go do it, go around like that. Us, it's hay, so we get grass keeps growing. We just keep on cutting it until Hey, Amy and Chris.
They're here.
Yep,
they're here.
Hey, Tim Mason. How are you? So, but that's double crops for gardens: tomatoes, carrots, cabbage, broccoli, soybeans, etc. They got a flip flop. Hey, cowboy Johnny, Andy. So, but anyway, I saw your video about the car running into your kitchen. That was something. I mean, threaded the needle between all of those trees. You couldn't even see like marks on the ground, hardly. I mean, it was
just a little bit. I mean, you have to look for it.
Like he flew in there.
There were spots that had nothing, and then there were spots. And when there was a spot, it was just the grass was laid down, like you ran over it with a golf cart or something.
That car was flying low. I mean, it went right through that telephone pole.
Howdy. Barroom Forge is in here. Good evening.
Hey, Troy. How are you? So, well, I tell you what, I wish I'd have got to use that ladle at least one time before we gave it away.
I know. He was the last one to see it, and you were the first one to see it. I am not screwing this up. I took it, blankets and everything else. I said, it's staying there until I get there.
Basically, he showed up and handed it to me and said, "Here, it's your responsibility."
Yours. Hey there, Bill. My Alaska, Bill.
Yeah, my Alaska. And
what was he going to say about that?
How's the digging going, Bill? I'm sure he's that's what he's doing now for a living, doing his excavation stuff. Unless he's something else has come up since I heard that. But anyway, that car. I mean, I'm sure all the airbags were deployed in that car, right?
Yeah, he was bagged. He was
bagged up. Bagged up.
You have to separate. Is it funny? It's not funny because the that's horrible for that guy and everything. But I guess I'm just not fazed by anything
I
anymore.
wonder.
I was like, other than the fact that when I came out here, everybody was asking me questions like crazy, like between the the fire chief and the police chief and all people wanting to know what's going on and how to get into the building. I went into the house to get the keys. It came out with the wrong keys, had to go back in. And but the actual damage just doesn't faze me anymore.
It doesn't faze me.
No, it's just another day. Something happened.
Well, always a tree could fall on your house or something like that. But probably he's got insurance, so that'll hopefully he's got insurance.
Well, you think about it, because I don't know how many people in the last handful of days have said, "Man, I'm glad you weren't out there in that room." Well, same as I'm glad I wasn't standing in the middle of the road when the car went by. I mean, it's all relative.
Yeah, glad you wasn't out there mowing your yard about that time.
Yeah, that could have
been through there.
That could have been an issue, but it was Sunday, fortunately, and we take Sundays off, and we already have our lawns mowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the video, look at our yards; they're beautiful.
Yeah. So, how fast do they estimate that that person was going?
There is no information like that yet.
Oh, wow.
I have no information like that.
I mean, you'd have thought that telephone pole would have slowed them down pretty good, but it looks like they whacked your house about just like.
Well, the thing is, I'm surprised, and I do have somebody else in the green room. This is the Rambling Peach.
Hi,
Good
y'all.
evening.
Hey, Carol.
So this is a pole barn that I built this space in, and we built it because we have a fruit stand and we process fruit and all that stuff years ago, and we no longer do that. But this room is as good as a house. I mean, it was just crown molding. If you can see, no, you can't see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crown molding and everything. It's a house basically.
Right.
And he hit the corner of one of those posts, and that's what stopped him and parallel parked him. I'm calling it that. People say it's not parallel parked. That's between the barn and a tree with he can't back up or go forward. They had to drag it out to get it out of that spot because he hit it and went and parallel parked in there.
And I love Christine says she's got a report to finish, so she's jumping off. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Christine. But the real weird part about the post itself is a steel post, and it did bend the eye part around, a little bit. And there is a huge beam that goes across the barn. And there's a huge beam, these are in 15-foot sections, each section of cement or whatever you want to call it. And I was sitting there in a chair with my dad the day after, and we're looking up, and I said, that's on the opposite side of the room. I said, that tape line, with the drywall tape line, was sheared all the way down the beam. I'm like, wow. It really racked it. And it didn't knock it out of place or anything, but it racked it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you'll figure it out when you take it apart, I guess.
Well, see, the kitchen is built on a platform, like a 2x6 platform, so I could run all my plumbing under it and everything. Mm-hmm. And I never attached it to the floor. I mean, it was heavy. It didn't have to be attached to the floor. It's attached to the wall.
Yeah.
So when they hit the wall, he shoved the whole kitchen with it. So that's why I'm going to have to pretty much disassemble everything.
Yeah.
And reassemble it. I don't know how insurance works. Are they going to do the work, or am I going to end up doing it? If I want it done right or the way I want it,
what they'll do is they'll
done right.
Now a lot I don't know exactly how they're probably going to have you get bids on it, and then they're going to, they're going to take. There's going to be a deductible, of course. But the thing is if it's his insurance and that pays for it, he should pay the deductible on that if it's his insurance. So I don't know if they're going to let you bid your own work, or if they're going to tell you that you need to use certain companies that they work with to bid on the work.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, though, you might be able to do the work yourself anyway, even if somebody else bids it, and then you can do the work. And then if there's any left over, it's just, yours, because I'm sure you can do it cheaper than they will.
Oh, yeah.
So
Take a little longer.
Well, I guess, I could fix it better than it was if I'm doing the work.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was pretty happy with the kitchen just the way it was.
Well, what we've had, like with cars, we've had hail damage and stuff like that. They had somebody come out, they did estimates and stuff like that, and then they just cut us a check and said, all right, just here's what it'll cost to fix this. Here's your check. And then they leave. They don't worry about any of the rest of it. They say if it ends up being more, like if it's body shop stuff, they say if it ends up being more, just have the body shop contact us and we'll adjust it again, And so, but on your deal, I'm sure they're just gonna bid it, have you bid it out or have somebody bid it out, and they'll probably just write you a check, and then you just either do it yourself or have them do it or whatever. I mean, that seems to be the standard operating procedure nowadays. So just cut it out and make a drive-through window. We can pull up and get food or something.
The funny thing about it is this desk where I am sitting at was supposed to be the checkout window. Literally, because we have You Pick Cherries, and we originally built this window was supposed to be where I have the thing for the cash register and the weigh station and everything here, and this is where we were supposed to check out You Pick Cherries.
Wow. Whenever you say You Pick Cherries, they pick their own cherries, they bring them up, hand them to you through the window, you put them on the scales, you weigh them out.
Oh, that was the idea.
And then
it never happened. We still ended up doing it out in the fruit stand.
Okay.
Even on a hot day. Well, the thing of it was, it used to get really hot in the summer times here.
It used to.
Right now we've got 85 as our highest. Where we
really
E95 almost to 100 in some
Christine, we're moving to upstate New York.
I'm telling you, this when I hear you guys talk about weather, now I would like to be in your politics, in your
right,
the way your politics are.
Right, exactly.
New York.
The weather up there, though, is great.
Weather-wise, I mean, tornadoes, earthquakes, all that, high winds, all those issues and ticks and chiggers and all that is not here as a problem. I have never seen a chigger, and I have never seen a tick, although they are here. There are deer ticks and all that stuff, but I've never seen one.
Wow.
Either you don't get out much, or
well, we keep our yards pretty manicured, so that might probably be the case.
Yeah,
we don't have any tall grass around our houses, or
my experience with ticks is they like leaves. They really like to get in the leaves, like in the woods.
Grapes
love getting the weed or leaves
up in the trees too. They'll drop down on you.
Yeah, getting the cedars and stuff like that, and just
especially the cedars.
We have grapes too, and you know what you have to do in the grapes.
Hey, Dream.
Keep bugs and stuff under control. So that could be a big part of it.
What's that? I missed it. I'm sorry. I was looking at Jay.
The applications you put in grapes to take care of bugs and stuff like that could probably be a big reason why we don't see a whole lot of that.
Could be.
Could be.
Sturgis. Sturgis is the best place to be. You know, I'm going to have to almost agree with you, Raptor Ranch, because Sturgis, South Dakota, yes, that's a very, very nice place. I've been up there a lot. Never during the motorcycle thing, but, you know, we were there a lot of it. Yeah, move to Alaska where the mosquitoes will drag you off. No snakes, ticks, or other stuff like that. But I've watched you, Bill, on your videos and lives and stuff like that. You've got like buzzards landing on you. I mean, it's huge. I don't think I want to be there during mosquito season. Bill, tell me when mosquito season is, because I'm not coming to Alaska then.
Summertime, I guess.
Anytime whenever it's above freezing.
Okay, let's take some time with the Rambling Peach. Tell us a little bit of something. Tell us something.
Well,
You got the stage for.
okay. Well, I've got a little channel just started. I need about 56 subscribers to be fully monetized. My channel is not about one certain thing. I like to look at tiny houses, so I go around and video tiny houses. I love old cars, so I put a lot of shorts out with old cars, gardening, camping, just whatever I'm doing is what I show on my channel. And seems like most everybody that watches it seems to like it.
So Carol, your watch hours, you got your watch hours?
Oh yeah. I'm
Okay.
way up on my watch hours. That's not a problem.
See, that's the thing, you know, that was us. I mean, we had so many watch hours before we had 400 subscribers and like, you know, 8,500 watch hours or something.
Mhm.
And it took forever for us to get to 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
And
This last 200 has been the hardest. I don't know why. It just seemed like it came to a standstill for a while there, and I went for almost 2 months with 666. I mean,
wow.
what did I do wrong?
You're just trying to somebody either drop off or somebody come on. Yeah.
And it finally started jumping, and when it did, I went on up then, and so now I'm pretty close. Really excited about it. I'm gonna do a really big giveaway when I hit my 1,000. So
did that happen about the time whenever you were coming to the meetups over this way? Did you start going up again?
I probably gained maybe 100,
Yeah.
120 subscribers between the meetups and Mama V and Tara and Jason at White Rock having me on their channels.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped.
Yeah.
Helped a lot.
Yeah. I mean, then there's another sub for you from Joe Jacobson. Right
Oh,
there.
thank you.
Reverend Dream. Did I say hi to Reverend Dream? Good evening.
Hello, Reverend Dream. How are you today? Yeah, I have 3 little dogs. I have I have sheep. I've just started sheep last year. In fact, after I come back from the Mid-America meetup, I had sheep already ordered, but I didn't pick them up. I'd paid for them, but I didn't pick them up until I got back home. And so I bought 4 sheep, and I have 8 now. And hopefully we'll have about 16 or so by the time, you know.
So what are your plans with your sheep?
I just got 20-something acres of pasture, and it needs eat down. Basically, I just got them to be a companion for my old horse.
Mm-hmm.
She got lawnmowers.
But the goats all they wanted to do is figure out how to get out of the fence. So I got tired of them.
Bye, Bill. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, and I have turkeys.
Back to Good is in here. Good evening. Thanks for coming in.
Yep. Rachel trying to get over here. They got land in Arkansas coming from over in Arizona. So they just got to find somebody to buy 10 acres of land that you can see Mexico from. And they got like buffalo that run around, not the, bison, but the water buffalo type things running around out there.
Wow.
But yeah, I watched her dig ditches and rake her yard with a rake and everything else. I mean, she's a worker out there.
Yep. She
Yep,
sure.
yep, yep. Let's make a deal, she says. She wants some off-grid land over in Arizona, way out in the desert.
So everybody, let's see, where is he again?
Uh-oh. Angie and Tony have pigs if anyone's interested. We might be interested. I don't know. We got 2. But
What kind of pigs are they?
they've got, well, Angie can tell you. I'd hate to even say it. I can't remember if it's Durocs or not Durocs. They'll say it. She'll pop it up
Big
here.
breed though.
Yeah, they've got an escape artist pig, Berkshires. So they've got Berkshires. We've got Georgia pigs here.
Do y'all?
Yeah. Our pigs came from Georgia in the back of a pickup truck. Ginger and Joey of Not For Nothing Homestead brought us 2 pigs whenever they came for the 10 Killer meetup.
I was there.
Brought them, huh?
I was not there.
You were there. You were there. He was right here. He did his live right in there in the other room.
About an hour after they got them there, or so.
All right.
Well,
She says Durocs. Everybody else says Berkshires, and then Angie goes Durocs. We got Durocs.
Oh well.
Right, they got Durocs, guys. Yep, ginger pigs.
Let me
Oh,
tell
they had the pot bellies, and they were pets. So
Let me talk about New Image Landscaping and Concrete. Now, he is local to me. I did not realize he was that local to me. He's only like, if he's even 2 miles down the road.
Wow.
I met him in Piggy's chat. You know, Elaine and Piggy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something about Western New York, and I'm like, Western New York, where? Who? I know nobody up here. So, and it's been a while since we recognized that we were in the same. So I thought he was like on the other side of Silver Creek or something, but he's right down the road. And he stopped by today and checked out the damage on all the. I showed him my new renovation on the barn. And so Josh, Sherman Family Farm, he's going to be coming up through here, and he knows Joe as well. So we're probably going to all 3 get together.
Nice.
And what you do?
I didn't do anything.
She's back. Probably just service for a second.
So he also brought my attention to a couple of other channels that are up here that no more than 30 minutes away from me. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
I said, hey, we can have our own meetup.
I've never been to New York, so might would be fun.
Chris, are you wanting to move to Arizona? Mr. Leonard Mountain Homestead wanting to talk to Rachel, I guess, about property over there. But how far are you from some of the other channels up there, Brian? Like Andrew Camarada.
Andrew Camarada. You know what? New Image might know the answer. I know he's in the middle of New York State, right? I think
he's in Upper New York.
Like
I know
or something.
And then there's Pete
channel though. There's another one, and I cannot remember it. He is a farmer, and he does a lot of tractor work. And there's actually a couple of them up here that I don't know yet. They're like down in the southern part of New York.
All right.
I can't think of that channel name at all right now. And then, of course, you got Maddie. If people who know Maddie, he's only like 2.5 hours from me. And then Bar Run Forge is 5.5 hours from me. So that's about it so far that I know in this region.
Just a Few Acres Farm.
Yeah. Oh, you're the one who was talking to me about that.
Yeah.
I was trying to think who was talking to me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pete.
he's like between Cortland or he's down there in
Now,
the Finger Lakes or something.
he sells in the farmer's market down there. What's that town that starts with an S? It's a big town there. I can't remember what the name of it is. Beautiful Lakes, right there at the farmer's market. I can't remember the
I
name.
have to look to see where he actually is. I'm mentally visualizing that he is at the bottom of the Finger Lakes somewhere.
That's probably right. I mean, there's a beautiful lake right there by where they sell from, and they everything they raise, or they don't do crops, so it's all meat, and everything that they raise on their farm they sell at farmers market. So it's and they sell out just every time they go. It's pretty good.
Why did you put a question mark next to that, Joe C? I say Joe C because I don't want it to sound like Josie. My Wild Home is in here. Good evening.
Hey, Melinda and Ryan. Or Melody. I'm sorry, Melody and Ryan. Never mind. Heat is worse in Arkansas than it is here in southeast Arizona because higher elevation and dry heat, no humidity. Yeah, you're going to find that out. You get over here to Arkansas, it's tick, chigger, and
Wet
you know, all that good stuff.
I was wondering if I was going to get what's that word I'm looking for? Initiated with chiggers. I was down there.
Did you?
No.
No, you didn't. See, it's
Well,
all good.
We were on manicured lawns pretty much. I mean, it's all short grass. That stuff lives in taller grass, doesn't it?
Yeah, you
Dave
pretty much have to.
Ohio. Okay, now
Yeah.
where is Dave? Where is Dave from Ohio? Is he in western, eastern, northern, southern? I've seen him around before, but I don't know a whole lot about him.
Well, I'm assuming from Ohio. which reminds me, I wish we would have been able to go to Norwalk, Ohio this year, because there's a big, huge Pontiac race there, and I took the GTO one year. I think it was 2021. We took the GTO there, and man, it was awesome. The weather, they were dying up there. I couldn't believe it. Those people up there were absolutely, they said it's the hottest it's ever been. I never broke a sweat all weekend. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, you guys need to come on down to Oklahoma.
But how cold does it get?
Well, I'm sure it gets cold and it gets cold up there, but you know, it, like I said, we were running around going, this is great. This is the best weather we've ever been in the summertime. And it was August, and all of them up there, they were laid out underneath stuff. They were like crawled up underneath their car to try to get in the shade and everything. We were just walking around looking, going, wow.
Well, y'all, I'm gonna have to get off here because my phone just flashed that the battery's low. So,
Uh-oh.
Well,
but
thank you.
it's nice to be on. Good to see y'all.
Always
Thanks
nice to
for
see
having
you. Well, you're not new. I mean, I know you from last year's meetup,
That's right.
but new to coming in here.
That's right. It's the first time I've ever come in your thing. But anyway, it's a good good being in, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Carol.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Dave from Ohio, are you going to answer me? I want to know where you are.
Maybe
I want to know if there's more people up in my region.
he don't want you to know where he's at in Ohio.
That's fine, but say that. I don't want you to know. It's a secret.
Todd Lajeans, Lajeunesse? Is that how you say that?
That's the way I pronounce it.
Lajeunesse? That the Big Firebird show there in Dayton, Ohio. I've heard of that. I have heard of that show. Is it the TA Nats? Trans Am Nationals? I want to say it's something like that. I know they had a bunch of the Smokey and the Bandit cars and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
Linda Peterson says
It's not far from Troy.
Wisconsin is a place to be. Can't handle them politics up there, Linda. His about page says Whitney Point, New York. I'm assuming that would be Pete, probably. It might be Andrew. I don't know.
Why is he talking like he's in the third person?
Who?
Dave from Ohio.
No, he's saying, I don't think he's talking about himself. I think he's talking about either Pete or Andrew Camarada, because earlier you asked. And for one thing, I don't know that he might not be caught up in the chat as well, because you asked earlier if he knew where. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Wow, it doesn't matter. You know how it gets.
That was almost the last live.
Okay. LaGuinness. There you go, LaGuinness.
Oh, that's how you pronounce that? It's not Lajeunesse. It's LaGuinness. Now I'm going to have to try to remember that.
So Rachel remembers Dad pulling the brake on a gravel road and spinning around with me in the car at 4 years old in his TA. Huh.
Jeff Killian's in here. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Jeff.
I hope I get to see him at Byron Forge's gathering next year.
Brian, you are correct
What's that?
on Todd's name.
Well, you're the one who said it.
I know, but I mean, he said it. I mean, it's right up there at 9:45.
Oh,
LA.
It's not a G.
NESS, and that to me is okay. He's okay.
Lajeunesse.
Gin like the drink, and I'm going G. I mean, I see a G. I start doing the guh. So,
Lajeunesse.
hey, Ginger in the chat, as Mike calls her, Ginger Snap.
Not for nothing Homestead's in here.
Right? Yeah, you got to eat deer. You got to eat deer steak with them right here at the house.
You sure did.
Yeah, them and Jesse and Lisa and Joey.
Almost like Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, it was nice. You have to do your live in the Vineyard farmhouse. So that was a good time. And then you had a flat. I kept having flats.
You know what? That stupid car is showing up to having a flat again on the other side. I have had vehicles the whole time I've had them, never had an issue with their tires. And this one, the two back tires coming home from the event, both had a faulty valve stem, and the other one had something rammed in it. And now Well, it could very well be that they plugged it and the plug didn't work. I don't know. I have to check that out. And my dad called me probably about an hour before the accident here, and I totally forgot about that. So because we both have
An app.
the Ford app that tells you that your tire is blown, but for some reason he gets notifications, but I don't.
Yeah. That's funny. Brian was here at our house from New York. He's here and his dad calls. You got a low tire. I thought that was the craziest thing. You got a low tire, son. Need to take care of that.
My mom called me up and tell me I had a low tire.
Was it your mom?
They've got me on what do they call it?
Speed dial.
No, it's like they've got me what do they call it when somebody's got you bugged? I'm bugged.
You're bugged.
That's okay. I don't have anything to hide, so if somebody's got my back when something's wrong, that's good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, traveling across the country and stuff like that.
Problem with faulty wheel sensor. I don't think so. I think that tire was actually had a problem.
Okay, there are Berkshire pigs. So she said Durox earlier, and everybody else was saying Berkshire, and she said Durox. Now she found out that they do have Berkshire pigs.
We had a pig once, long time ago. It was like the second year we were here, or the first year we were here, and that sucker was. What do they say about a pig that doesn't have a curly tail? They're sick or something about it being straight
Or wild.
No, the
Here's a feral.
pig
They got a straight tail.
He was sick, and the tail went. I mean, he was sick. He ended up dying. We only had it for like a week.
Oh wow. Wonder what was wrong with your pig.
I don't know. I was only 10 years old, so I really didn't know nothing.
Well, the wild pigs don't have curly tails. They go feral, and
Are they always curly? I mean, okay, you're like regular. I don't know. Do the pigs that you have curly tails?
Yes, the pigs we had. Well, the one that does have a tail has a curly one. The other one doesn't have a tail because it got chewed off whenever it was a baby by, I guess, the other pigs. But the wild ones, they have straight tails. They don't have curly tails, and they're not sick.
How rude.
It's just because they revert back. Feral hogs can revert back to almost full wild look within 3 generations, which means it doesn't take very long. A generation is like they breed, they have piglets. Those piglets can have piglets before the end of the year. So 3 generations is, within 2 years, they can revert back. Their nose grows longer, their tails straighten out, and they grow a lot longer hair. And whenever they're born as babies, they have stripes on them. And then they lose the stripes as they grow older. Yeah. Feral hogs are a huge problem, Kevin. We have them too.
Peterson's farm and Nashville. I screwed that up. Peterson's Farms of Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Here, thank you for coming in. I may have seen him a couple of times.
Yeah, I saw him in Mike's live a little bit earlier, Mike and Terry's, and seen him in a couple of spots. Congratulations on your 10K, by the way, Peterson Farms. So
that's awesome.
Let's see here. Yeah, and Angie's going, WTH chewed off. What the heck, chewed off? Yeah, I think the other piglets did it. I mean, we'd have to ask Ginger, but it's some of that Georgia pig stuff, you know. They're here now. We have javelinas, collared peccaries, yep, and those are more related to rodents than pigs, I believe. So,
Hey, Chris of Adventure Awaits, are you here? I mean, I haven't seen you, so I know
well, I thought you said he never says anything unless you say it.
he says hi in the very beginning and then just watches. I know he watches because he's always telling me what we talked about when I talk to him after the live.
James, I believe you are correct because I can tell you these ones that are out here that Ginger and Joey brought, I bet you they could breed now. And I mean, they're only, what is it? It's July and they were born in like April or something like that. So April, May, June, July, I bet you those dudes they're pretty, they could probably breed. I mean, they're that big.
I know Justin's probably in here too, but he's been laying back and watching on his big screen these lives a lot lately.
And there's Adventure Weights right there.
Yeah. Yep. I hear. So I always know he's there. I'm pretty confident he's always there.
Seen 1,000-pound bull razorbacks that took four-wheelers to drag them out of the woods. Yep, I've killed some big ones like that, Dream. I killed one here on our place that went 700. They were born February 17th. Those little pigs were born February 17th. So they're I bet you if there was a boar around, they could probably breed. Back to Good says they see lots of wildlife there. Wild buffalo, wild all kinds of stuff. Uh-oh, your buffalo's gone?
Buffalo's gone.
Yeah, she had there's a water buffalo that was running around there. And it was pretty cool. I told her, I said, I wouldn't trust that thing at all around me. Yeah, they're 5 months old. And yeah, but I bet you anything, if there was a boar around here, as big as they are. Oh, no, you didn't, Ginger. You didn't see a deer.
How long do pigs live? Did you just answer that?
Who?
You.
When? How long do they live?
Laginus says, how long do pigs live?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how
Until
long
you kill them.
pigs live. They live till they get to a certain weight around here.
They live to 150, whatever pounds.
Yeah.
They live to 500 pounds. How big is an average size pig? Pound wise.
An average, I mean, I think Dale at 9 Acre was trying to get his to around 330 pounds or something like that before he butchered them. And then, yeah, it's still freezer camp. But I mean, I think ours are going to be whenever they get, it's going to be like around October. We're hoping by Pinecone Fest, but I don't know if they're going to have the weight by then. I'm hoping they will. Uh-oh. So, Angie, do you have a hold of Tony's phone? Because I'm watching comment but not listening right now, but my lovely wife isn't in trouble with me. She rocks with me. Angie, you got Tony's phone, don't you? Pigs can live up to 15 years. See there? Google works, y'all.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you for sharing the videos of, okay, she shared my live, Justin's video, and Pretty and Pooch's live. Thank you. I'm sorry. I answer all my comments, but I may not answer them right away.
You don't want them too big. Meat will be fatty. That is correct. Ours will probably be, I gotta get the date set, but I'm hoping that by that time we can, because one of them I think is going to Jesse and Lisa. I think they're taking one of them, but it's going to be in packages when they take it.
Did I
And
say
the
Leanne Gunther? Sorry, Johnny. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, it's all right. It's your show. It's your show, boss.
I know. I just we only got a couple minutes left. I wanted to make sure I said hi to everybody. Yeah, let's hope that this next week is tamer or calmer. At least I got the gator back. So
You're going to have to put you a signal, a signal light out there, a stop sign or something out there by you.
put it right on the side of the barn so see it just where they. Well, okay, you know what? That could. I mean, if we talk about if we had been in here, that hit my dad's chair.
Mm-hmm.
That hit that platform to the kitchen, and my dad's chair, his recliner chair, sits right against that bar, and it would have rammed it into his head. I mean, if he had been sitting there. Oh, and the other thing was, I told you I took a nap.
Yeah.
I was going to come out and make coffee. It was later in the day, and I hadn't had any coffee. I said, well, maybe I'll go out to the barn and I'll make one. Mm-hmm. And this coffee pot takes like 25 minutes because we put it on bold brew. So I would have been out here waiting for it to do it. And I said, I'm going to take a nap. I decided to take a nap. And here's here's Rebecca coming in at the last second. And then we're going to say hi to her, and then we got to go because Old Man King Homestead is on next. That's Peter.
Right.
Hey there, Rebecca.
Hi. I've been busy.
You have?
I have.
With what?
Making hats.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You got to stack them up because, it might be.
I know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to wear a hat right now. Not one of those hats to boil my head off.
At least doing this now, I get all the people that want my hats out of the way so I can do blankets in the winter.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do this preemptive thing so that I'm not having to do hats all the time. Yeah. That's the way I look at the situation. Definitely. It's like, wow.
Wow. Doing lots of hats. Wow.
Yes.
I've got 3 Rebecca hats. How many Rebecca hats you got, Brian?
Me? I personally have 2, but then my dad's got one, my mom's got one, my sister, and my aunt.
Christine's got at least 1.
She's got 2.
She's got 2. Okay. I knew she had at least 1.
2. I know she's got 2. If I remember correctly, she's got 2. Oh. No, I kind of remember how many hats. And there's one person that I sent them 5.
Well, Rachel,
Linda's got 2 hats.
I'm sure she could fix you up.
Who?
Back to good, Rachel.
Yes, I could.
Yep. Well, it is 10:01 people. So you're supposed to be going over to Old Man King Homestead and check him out and see what he's got going. Hopefully he doesn't have any cars in his barn.
Definitely.
So I want to thank everybody that came into the chat and all my moderators for protecting my channel. Thank you very much. Thank you to Johnny for coming in and Rebecca. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully we don't have some mishaps like we had this week. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 9:00 Central. Bye for now.
Hi.